Recording. Okay. So thank you guys for getting on, and I am super excited about this group and what we're going to do over the next 6 weeks. And I think we're going to see a lot of people grow. Personally, I think we're going to see a lot of businesses grow. And so this first week, there really isn't a whole lot to go over other than I was just going to kind of go over how it's set up and how we're going to run this. And then we'll talk about some things that you guys did this week. So each week there will be an assignment. So we've already done the week 1 assignments, and that was to make your list. And hey, Diane, find your book, do your dream board, things like that. Okay. So I've seen several of you guys dream boards and lists that you've made and find a book to read. So that's our week 1 assignment. Week 2, I'll go ahead and post here when we get done, and then we'll just do another call on Monday night next week. So let's talk about week 1. Was anybody surprised by any of the assignments? Did you find something new about your why that you didn't think was part of your why? Let's talk about that first. Did anybody realize something new when it came to that? Has your why changed since you've started, or?
My why has definitely changed.
Yours has changed?
Yeah.
In what way? If you're comfortable sharing, if not, that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been kind of dabbling back in the workforce a little bit, and I'm self-employed, so I kind of go in when I want still, but there's certain hours that I have to set if I want to get paid from there, that I have to be there, or, keep the office open or whatever. And it's insurance, and it's fun, and like I said, I'm self-employed, I can come and go, but my family needs me, and there's things I want to do at church. There's meetings with the community that I'm involved with, the Hope team. My mother-in-law gets random days off. She wants to go shopping and wants to go buy me some boots, and my kids have ortho appointments. I want to own my time. And I didn't realize how precious these last few years have been, that I've been able to go and do what I want. And now I'm kind of spoiled by it. I mean, it's my time. You know what I mean? I want to spend my time with my children and my family while my family's here. You know what I mean? While my mother-in-law's here. I want to spend time with my husband while he's off. I want to do with my time what I want to do. I'm fortunate and blessed that I still can kind of come and go as I please. But if I don't go there and if I don't do that, I'm not going to get paid there.
Right.
I can kind of work that business here too at home, but I'm really not real professional, I don't think. From my cell phone, I don't want to call customers and stuff from my cell phone.
Right.
Unless I'm doing my own business. So time freedom is worth fighting for. I mean, really fighting yourself over. And that's what I miss. And I've struggled this year with different things, deciding what the next step in my life is going to be. There's some really awesome alternatives out there, but my heart keeps going back to Plexus. Like, this is where I can succeed. This is where my heart is. This is how I can help people. This is, we have had the most top-notch training in the last 3 years since I've been in Plexus. I didn't realize until I get out and start messing with other businesses and stuff. We've had the top-notch training. We have been trained like the way sales are supposed to do, the way you're supposed to build relationships. We've got the top-notch company. And my heart is just here, and this is what I want to succeed at. And it gives me everything that I want. It gives me the time freedom. It gives me the fulfillment of helping people. It gives me time with my friends. Business, I can do business having lunch with a friend. Talk about Plexus, how you doing? And I'm working, but I'm visiting with friends. I get to take trips with friends. I mean, it's just, it doesn't get any better. And so.
Well, and I think that what you said is true. I know Christy and I have had this, and Stacy, I think you and I have had this conversation too, where I know recently Christy and I talked, and she kind of said the same thing, if it's okay if I share, where she tried a couple of other things and thought, but she just kept coming back to Plexus and kept feeling like this is where she's supposed to be. And I think that it's a blessing that we have those feelings, because I believe 100% this is where we're all supposed to be. I have seen it. I have seen people walk away from this business, from gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby. They've walked away for something else. And those people are now on their third, fourth, fifth company since leaving Plexus. And I know what it is. I know it is that they're trying to find what we have here, with a compensation plan that's crazy and works, and they're not finding it. And so they just keep moving from company to company trying to find what we have here. So, good for you that you realize that, and, and you're going with what you feel on that. So good job. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else have a different why than what they thought, or what it started out to be? Or
I don't think mine's any different, Casey, as far as the why. I do think that when I went back and reevaluated it, created a new burning, I've had 2 years and I haven't got to Emerald yet, but my why hasn't changed. I just think sometimes we fall off that path.
Yeah.
And you don't go back to why your why is so important, And
right.
So when I sent you that message about, what my why is, and I know a lot of it was almost like anger. I'm so angry with myself for not putting more effort in the beginning. And so having to recoup that.
Yeah.
Same.
I think a lot of people, I can say that for myself too. I revisited my why again this week along with you all, and it kind of lights the fire for those things that I haven't, that I haven't reached yet, or it just keeps you going.
Yeah.
Which, that kind of ties into the dream board. And I know sometimes people look at that like, dream board. But there's something about putting those things out there, putting your why out there, and putting it in a place where you see it a lot. That keeps it in the front. It doesn't let those things slip to the back and other things get in the way. And there's a lot of satisfaction in when you have your dream board and things happen. Man, it feels good to be able to take that off your board, or mark that off. I mean, that's exciting, and that gives you it's just like when you're on a diet and you lose weight. What does that do? It keeps you pumped and it keeps you motivated. And okay, hang on. Connie is on but can't hear audio. Okay. I wonder, Connie, she can't hear. Let me chat her real quick.
Actually have her do dial in on the device.
Audio. I hope she can get that. There's a little audio button down there. Oh, she can hear me. She just can't talk. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, that's okay. So, oh, that's Shirley. That's somebody else. So just text your things to me that you're wanting to say until we can get that figured out. So good job on your dream boards. If you haven't done your dream board yet, I want to encourage you to do it and put it up somewhere that you can see, because it'll make a big difference. I really think.
Can I just say real quick? Yes. I did my dream board on my phone.
Yep.
I did a pic collage, and I put that as my screensaver, like all of my screensavers.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because you see it all the time. But I've never done that before. So this week, 2 or 3 times, I just like, it kind of hits you. You're like, that's right. Let me go ahead and do that. Or so that's an idea just to throw out there.
That's a great idea. I like that.
I've heard of dream boards for years, and I always have had this feeling of, I know what I want. I don't have to put it on a board. I know everything I want. And when I started it, going through the magazines and stuff, I would find pictures that I would think, oh, wow, that makes me happy. I would love to do that. And so I'd cut it out. And when I finally put it all together, I love my dream board. Like, I keep looking at it, just staring. It's like this magnet it just kind of draws me. It's like, okay, I don't want to make that phone call, or I don't want to post that online right now. But then I think about my dream board and I think, oh, but I'll never have that if I don't go do it now.
Yeah.
So it's been a good motivator to get me doing stuff I don't really feel like doing sometimes. I really never thought it would be a big deal, but I've loved it.
And I think a lot of people feel that way. I thought that. Like, why do I need to put it all out there for? I know in my head what I want.
I think you and I had that conversation.
Yeah, I think we did. But there is something, and it's kind of like, I felt like in the beginning, like, if I make a dream board and I put that out there, then that's holding me accountable, And sometimes we're afraid to put our dreams out there because then it's like, we're saying, okay.
Or those people with negative thoughts, whenever you put it down and then it's been a year and you haven't reached it, you like internalize it as I'm a failure. And it's not that you're a failure, it's just that you still have to continuously work towards that. And whatever you've done for a year obviously is not working. So change your thoughts, learn new perspectives. But that was my biggest thing about the dream board. I'm like, what if I don't reach diamond and I get to go to Aruba in a year, Like, I'm such a failure, and it's really a mind struggle sometimes.
Well, and the flip side of that is, okay, maybe you haven't made it to diamond yet, but look at all the things that you have been able to do, over the past couple of years that wouldn't have happened, before. So
when you and I talked the other day, one of the things that you said really stuck out to me, and I've heard it over and over again in my head. You said you have the winning lottery ticket. And when I look at my dream board and I think somebody who has the winning lottery ticket could do all those things, I've just got to go cash in that winning lottery ticket. Absolutely. And I have not forgotten that. And every day I think, well, I can't do this. Or, when I get into my negative thought process, which I'm bad about, I'll down myself really easily. And when I start doing that, I think, why would I do that? I have the winning lottery ticket. I can do all that stuff if I just go after it. So that was powerful for me.
And we really do. And I think that is something that we don't keep in the front of our mind, is that, you guys, we are holding the keys to literally, if you wanted to be a millionaire with this, you can do it. You're holding, we've got it's there is no, our compensation plan, there's not a limit, there's not a cap. There's not a point in which Plexus is going to say, oh, you've earned too much money. The sky is the limit. And it is just up to us whether we want it that bad or not, And we are the ones that saw that. We're the ones that see that. We're the ones that said yes to that. Think of the people that that aren't even brave enough to do what you guys have done, what we've done. So we really are at a huge advantage. We just have to remember that. We are holding a, multi-million-dollar lottery ticket. We're the winner of that ticket. We just got to collect our earnings, So that's good. I like all of that. So if you haven't done your dream board, do it. Okay. I really think it's going to help. We talked about making a list of 100 contacts, and maybe it's not 100 right now. Okay. Not everybody can sit down and write out 100 people. But the point of that is you want to constantly be growing that list. All right. So if you're a person that has 100, we'll make some new contacts and keep adding to that, adding to that, adding to that. You want to have a contact list one day of 1,000 people, that you can to. So If you're stuck at a number, then that just means you need to meet more people, interact with some new people, add them to your contact list. So that is what I think is important. There are people on my contact list that I just now have contacted. And well, here's the problem. I didn't make a contact list until now. And so I forgot about them.
Yeah.
And, it's been through like Facebook or whatever. And I think, oh, I didn't even think of Susie. She would be awesome at this. And she's probably wondering why I haven't, said anything to her about it. So, there really is something to be said, like the dream boards, of writing on, all of those things.
Hey, can I say something like real quick?
Yeah.
This week I did do the contact thing, and I've been really striving for like actually physically making contact with at least 2 new people a day off the list. And so I just randomly pulled 2 people out, made contact, and one of the girls was like, "I thought you were never going to ask me."
Oh,
Whoa. Have you not been seeing my post for 2 years?
yeah.
Are you not woman enough to call me? And she was like, "Well, I didn't know if you thought that I'd be good at it."
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, it was such an eye-opener. I wanted to strangle her because I knew her for like 10 years. But she's kind of one of those people that is a friend, and I didn't want to be pushy. And I mean, I made 1,000 excuses as to why I should not call her. But then I did, and I just sent her a message and said, "Hey, I think you'd be really good at this. You want to take a look?" And she's like, "I thought you never asked."
Yeah. Sometimes people won't ask you. They're waiting on you to ask them. And sometimes that's what it is. They feel like you don't think that they would be good for the business.
Yeah.
I will share a quick story with you all that I hope never happens to you guys. I shared this with Christy, but the very first night, it was about 6 days into me being a Plexus ambassador, and I invited friends over to my house. One of my best friends lived beside me, and I messaged her or invited her over, and she said, "I just don't think I would spend money on something like that." So when she said that to me and said she wasn't interested in coming over to try the products, I put her out of my mind. To me, she said she wasn't interested. She's not interested. Well, a year and a half goes by, and here she watches me be successful at this, and it, change our life. And, I'm constantly going places and talking about how awesome and wonderful this is. And, I really noticed that our friendship, there was like a tension there, and I really couldn't figure out why. And so I finally came out and asked her, and she said, "My feelings have really been hurt because I thought we were really good friends. And if you had found something this life-changing and haven't shared it with me, that hurts my feelings." And I talk about feeling like crap. I mean, and she was right. It was my fault. No, she may not have been interested in coming over and trying the Slim the night that I talked to her about it and knew absolutely nothing about it. But shame on me for putting her completely out of my mind and not talking to her about, the business side of this is changing my life. So even if you're not interested in, in the product, take a look at the business. And, the friendship has not been the same since. There's still a little bit of, tension there. So learn that lesson from me and don't write people off, because just like Stacy said, a lot of them are just, they want to know that you think they're capable and that you think that they're wanted, to be a part. So that's good. Okay. What are some books you guys are going to read? And just throw some out there. Anybody have a good book?
GoPro.
That's a good one.
Presley Swaggerty book is phenomenal.
Okay.
What was it?
Millionaire by Halftime is what it's called.
Millionaire.
Yeah, I just read that. This week, and Casey and I talked about that. That's a great book.
Yeah, I read it last year, but I'm going to read it again.
Isn't that funny? I've read like the same book 5 times, and I keep getting new things out of the same book. So.
Yeah.
I'm not a big reader, I'll just admit that. I'm one of those people that will start a book and never finish it. But I have learned that in this business, you cannot read enough, especially if you're someone like me who doesn't have any background in network marketing, or I have always been, it's my nature. I mean, not really a follower, but I know Stacy's laughing. I'm much more happy when people come to me and say, okay, this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to do it. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm a great whatever, cheerleader or whatever. So Plexus has put me in a position, a leadership position. So I'm having to learn those skills and how to be that. So books are great. You know, I can't read enough of them now. And this business, the core of this business is forming relationships with people and helping them reach their goals. That is what this business is. And so, you know, if you lack those people skills, if you lack relationship skills, you know, on how to talk to people, read, you know, those things you can learn them. There is a method to it, you know, and it can be learned. So, so keep reading those books, and we'll talk about those more in the few weeks to come. So that's really all I had as far as our assignment goes. I'll open it up for questions or discussion. One thing that I want to say, I know things are kind of crazy right now with the new back office. I'm going to share I'm just sharing all my downfalls with you all tonight. So I'm the person when there's a lot of information and a lot of change, I tend to just close my eyes and walk away. Like I can't even process it all. So I'm taking this in little bits at a time. I get really overwhelmed. Is there a medical term for that, Stacy? I'm sure there is. Overwhelmed. Yeah, like I can go into like a TJ Maxx, and if the clothes are just like thrown in there and there's not any like organization, I'll turn around and leave because it's so overwhelming to try to figure out. That's a little bit of how I feel right now with the back office. It's a little overwhelming, but some things that I do know that once all the kinks work out, oh my gosh, we can set things up like this through our back office. It's even more awesome than Zoom. We have ways to voice message people through our back office. You can send
I love that part.
Yeah, you can send voice messages to your.
Like now you can go in and like click look at your customer, and right there you can just click like send email. Like how simple.
So cool.
I'd have to go in and look at their order and write down what they ordered. And then I had to go to their customer page to get their email and then copy it and then paste it.
Yeah.
It was really a nightmare to follow up. It was a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving it. So you just chill, just breathe through it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I promise it will change the way we do our business. It's going to help our business so much once it all gets worked out. And they are fully aware. In the Jules page, Chris Pike started a thread. And so everything that comes up with our ambassadors and customers, we're posting in one place with the ambassador ID. He is taking it down on a spreadsheet and sending it over to the IT department. So they are working. I mean, this is a huge switchover. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of ambassadors. I can't even imagine how many customers. So the task of switching everybody over to a new operating system, I mean, that makes my brain go crazy. I couldn't even begin to figure that out. But the company that Plexus has hired to do it is, they're doing a great job. There's going to be kinks. There's going to be, some headache a little bit that goes with it. But I promise once it all gets worked out, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And the things that it'll make easier for our business and help our business grow, it's going to be great. So that's all I'm going to say about that. If you guys are having any issues, send them to me. I need to know the ambassador ID or customer ID, and I'll get those over to Chris for you guys. So that's that. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any comments? Anything they learned? Anything they want to say? Shirley says she hates reading too. Good. I'm glad I have a partner in that. But I'm getting better.
You'll post our week 2 assignments on
Yes.
page, is that right? Okay.
Yes. And, you know, part of making this work, if you're really wanting to grow from it, is going to be what we did tonight. I mean, I'm viewing this as a place that is safe for me to share. You know, I'm doing this right along with you all, so there's going to be weaknesses in me that I'm seeing, and you know, I want you guys to view this as a safe group where we can work through our, you know, struggles or hang-ups or whatever it is that we think is holding us back. You know, I want you all to, you know, feel safe in sharing and this to be, because there's going to be some assignments where we get on these calls and it's a lot of sharing. Just be open to that. I hope everyone has friend requested and met up with their power partner on Facebook. There's going to be some weeks specifically that you work together. There is a point system. It's on the top of our page if you guys want to look there to refresh your memory. And so we'll start that point system. And the winners will get to, you know, be the special guests on the call. And I'll have some, you know, specific things for you guys to share. So I really think this is going to be good. And I'm proud of you all for wanting to better yourself and better your business. Because not everybody wants to do that, you know. Out of all the people that we have on our pages, you know, I think 15 or 16. So good for you guys. Anybody have anything? Let's do this. We'll start with Lisa, and I'll just say your names, except for the couple that can't. And tell us where you're from and who your upline is, so we can kind of place everybody. So Lisa, you can go first.
My name is Lisa Russell. I'm from Sikeston, Missouri, and Casey Self is my upline. I signed up with her the first time that she had a little pink drink taste at her house, and we had never hung out before that.
No, that was a total God thing that night. I remember opening the door and thinking, what the heck is she doing at my house? I mean, not in a bad way. We just were not, I mean, I would say we were acquaintances, you know?
Yeah.
And that was it. And so.
I got a Facebook invite, and I thought, well, I'm not really doing anything. So
yeah.
I went, and yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
I believe the whole Texas thing is a God thing, starting from that night on. And it's been nothing but God.
Yeah.
Amen.
Awesome. Okay, Christy.
I live in Suwanee, Georgia. I'm not from here, but I live here now. And Casey Self is my upline.
Awesome. Courtney.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'm Courtney Umfleet. I'm from Burgertown, Ohio. And Heather Condren is who I started with.
Heather Condren, who looks just like Stacy Stark.
She does today.
Doesn't she? Okay, Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine Cobb, and I'm from Chesterville, Ohio, and my upline is Heather Condren.
Awesome. Glad to have you. Okay, Diane.
I'm Diane from Mount Gilead, Ohio, and I am Susan Roberts is my upline.
Awesome. Lots of Ohio people. Okay,
They're all on my downline so far.
Hey, hey, that's good. All right, Becky.
Hi, I'm from Fresno, California, and Daniel Walker is my upline, and she's also my cousin. And
Oh,
I agree. This is well, she's my cousin by marriage, but that doesn't really matter to me anyway. It is a God thing, and it's going to enable me to retire because I want to be with my. That my why I got on late. So my why changed a little bit, and I want to retire in a year.
awesome.
7, and I want to be able to do the things with my grandchildren the way I did with my children. So I love it. I love it.
Great. I don't have any doubt that you'll be able to do that. I think that's awesome. Stacy Stark.
I'm Stacy Stark. I'm from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, originally from Sikeston. And I've known Casey Self since like 1989, since like kindergarten or first grade. We went through school together and we're kind of friends in high school.
She's about to defriend me on Facebook.
Why do you always bring that up? I see your eyeballs looking at me. I feel it. Anyways, I signed up under Casey because I wanted to lose some weight. And I am an RN in the emergency room. And she kept trying to get me to join some stupid team. And I was like, I'm not selling this crap. I don't care about it. I just want to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I started taking it and I really liked the products. And then my team just kind of developed. And so in the midst of that, I developed a team of like 400 or 500 people. Unfortunately, I had no leadership skills. So I developed a team in like 60 days and then I lost the team like in a month because I really didn't have any leadership skills to go along with it. So,
And your leader didn't have any leadership skills either.
This was like a wing and a prayer.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is that Casey is now one of my very best friends, and she is such a follower, and I'm such a leader, but she has better leadership skills than me, and so it just really cracks me up.
I don't know.
But we've really done a lot of inward training, I guess, Casey and I, a lot of daily talks, weekly talks about what our faults are and how we can overcome this. So a lot of times people just think, you join this business and you go out and bam, you have a team. Well, if you don't have the skill set behind it on how to encourage people and how to motivate people and what the real meaning of network marketing is, and you can lose your team really, really quick. And so I've kind of been on all spectrums of the business, but all the Ohio team, they are with me now. And see, we're all on this together.
That's right.
Because I've learned we all have to do this together, and I learned tons and tons of stuff from them. So
big things are coming from you guys. Shannon.
I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
You can?
Yes.
Oh, this whole time I thought nobody could hear me. I'm in Clovis, California, and my Danielle Walker. And
Awesome. I want to go to California sometime. I've never been.
can I go with you?
Yes.
Thanks.
We need to plan a Plexus party out there.
I'm in. They're not even part of my team, but I love Danielle.
I do too.
I do too.
Okay. Heather.
I'm Heather Condren from Marengo, Ohio, and Jenny West and Diane Atkins and Susan Roberts and Stacy is my upline.
Awesome. Shirley, she's not getting her audio to work, but she is Shirley Terry, and she is actually from Alberta, Canada. And her upline is Linda Ransom, and I sponsored Linda. So it's been super fun getting to know those Canadians. It's fun. I love talking to them on the phone. I can hear them talk. So, Connie?
Hi, I'm finally here.
Hey.
How are you?
We're just introducing ourselves and who our upline is.
Okay, well, I'm Connie Martirosian, and
What were you doing?
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so I have 2 minutes left before it kicks me out. I did record this one because I know Danielle and people weren't able to get on, so I will post the recording and look for our week 2 assignment. It's going to be fun and exciting week. Okay. So I want to thank you guys for taking time out of your busy schedules. I know everybody's super busy and hanging out with me for these 40 awesome minutes. And I just love seeing all of your beautiful faces on my computer. So it was great, and I hope you guys got something out of it, and I hope you're enjoying the group this far. And if you have any questions along the way, do not be afraid to message me. If you need help, message me. I can set up a time to talk to you one-on-one. Just whatever you need. I want you guys to get the most out of the 6 weeks that you can, and come out of it being a stronger leader and growing your team. So that's what we're going for. All right. So everybody have a good night, and I will see you all next Monday night.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Okay.
Thank you.